Guy. Guy. It's Slater.
Good morning, class. Welcome to iRock You. My name is Professor Slater. Thank you for joining us in room 51 in honor of Corey Taylor's brand new book coming out, America 51, a probe into the realities that are hiding inside the greatest country in the world. Now it's time to start class in the greatest school in the world, iRock You. We'll begin our class concerning ourselves with births inside the world of rock and roll. I need you to be aware of a couple of singers that were born this week, namely one Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden is turning 59 years young. Ricky Rocket, the drummer from the band Poison, is turning 56, and Scott Stapp, the singer from the band Creed. What?
Boo!
He'll be turning 44 years young this week. We will follow up births inside the world of rock and roll with deaths that I need you to be aware of for the true and false quiz this week. People that died inside the world of rock. Warrant lead singer Janie Lay died at the age of 47 this week back in 2011 after a long battle with drug and alcohol addiction. And he was actually found face down, rock star style, in a hotel room with a bottle of booze next to him. Also on this date, this week back in 1986, it was the death kind of sort of the band Queen, because Queen played their last live concert with Freddie Mercury at the Controls at the Knebworth Park Festival in England. Over 120,000 fans showed up to see Queen's final show. We will follow up deaths with the essay part of the exam, namely events that I need you to be aware of happening inside the world of rock and roll this week. Albums that came out. Winger put out their debut album back in 1988. White Lion put out their Big Game album out in 1989. Also, John Bon Jovi had his solo album, and Extreme put out their Extreme 2 Porno Graffiti album back this week back in 1990. Metallica put out their self-titled album, Metallica, back in 1991. Also this week, back in 1989, it was the two-day Moscow Music Peace Festival held at Lenin Stadium in Moscow, Russia. Western acts who were allowed to play for the first time ever in Behind the Iron Curtain included Ozzy Osbourne, Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, the Scorpions, and Skid Row. And this was the first time that an audience had been allowed to jump and dance and actually stand up at a rock concert in the Soviet Union. Before that, all concerts had to be seated. And speaking of concerts, this was also the week where Axl Rose refused to take the stage after Metallica and Guns N' Roses played a show in Montreal, Canada, when James Hetfield was burned about 15 minutes into Metallica's set from a pyrotechnic on the side of the stage. Metallica ended their set early. Axl Rose backstage drinking champagne and smoking cigarettes, and he refused to come out on stage at all, said he had throat problems, and a riot ensued. Kind of like what will happen when I let you know that class is dismissed for this week here at iRock You.
It's Slater.